In the small, forgotten town of Darrensville, where dust clung to the walls like old memories and the streets whispered secrets only the wind could hear, lived a boy named Eli Granger. Eli was quiet. Too quiet for a boy his age. While other kids played baseball or rode their bikes in circles, Eli sat by his window, staring at the old lumber mill across the hills. It had been closed for years, ever since the fire. 6 years ago, Eli's father, Jack Granger, was the foreman of that mill. Everyone in town respected him. He was the kind of man who remembered your dog's name and helped you fix your porch even if you never asked. But one night, the mill went up in flames. And so did Jack Granger. The town ruled it an accident, faulty wiring, bad luck. But Eli knew better. He remembered the arguments. He remembered the men in suits who visited his father late at night. He remembered the fear in his mother's eyes. After the funeral, she whispered just one name to him, Reed Carver. Reed was the owner of the mill, the richest man in town. He built his fortune on timber, sweat, and lies. After the fire, he moved into a mansion on the hill, untouched by ash or grief. Everyone else moved on. Eli didn't. By the time he was 13, Eli had read everything he could about arson, insurance fraud, and gas leaks. He worked after school at the library, scanning through archives, collecting names, schedules, blueprints. His notebook was filled with lists and maps, circled and underlined in red ink. By 15, he started visiting Reed's estate. Not openly. At night, with a flashlight, crawling under fences, studying the guards, the cameras. He learned that Reed had a granddaughter, Anna, who visited every Friday at 4 p.m., and that Reed himself walked his dog alone every morning at 5. And on his 16th birthday, Eli made a choice. He wasn't going to kill Reed Carver. He was going to destroy him. It started with whispers. The town's water tower was painted overnight. In bold red letters, "Murderer lives on the hill." No one knew who did it, but everyone knew who it was about. Then came the papers. Anonymous letters slid under doors, mailed to old mill workers. Copies of fire inspection reports, insurance claims, and witness statements, all pointing to Reed Carver. Someone broke into the town hall one night and uploaded a folder of documents to the local newspaper's website. It was only live for an hour before it was taken down, but by then it had already spread. Suddenly, Reed wasn't welcome at the diner anymore. People turned away when he walked by. His granddaughter stopped visiting. Investors began pulling out of his business. Eli watched it all from a distance. Not with joy, he didn't smile once. But with a calm, calculated satisfaction. Reed tried to fight back. Hired lawyers, gave interviews, called it a smear campaign. But the more he shouted, the guiltier he looked. Then, one night, Eli lit a fire. Not a real one. Not like the one that took his father. This was digital. He hacked into Reed's company and leaked confidential files to every major news outlet. Tax evasion. Land grabbing. Threats. Bribes. Enough to ruin 10 men. By dawn, Reed Carver was finished. His empire crumbled. His mansion was seized. His name, once spoken with respect, became a curse. And Eli? He walked to the hilltop where the mansion once stood, now surrounded by police tape and silence. The sky was heavy with storm clouds, and the wind smelled like rain. He stood there, the boy who had burned down a man without striking a match. But revenge, he realized, wasn't a clean thing. It didn't fill the hole in his chest or bring back his father's laugh. It didn't erase the nights he cried into his pillow or the years he spent alone. It didn't heal his mother's silence. He had taken everything from Reed. But he still felt hollow. Just then, someone spoke behind him. "You did this, didn't you?" Eli turned. It was Anna Carver. Her eyes weren't angry. Just sad. "I don't blame you," she said softly. "He was a monster. But, you became one too." Eli didn't respond. He didn't know how to. She looked at him for a long time, then nodded, not in approval, but in understanding, and walked away. Eli stayed there as the first drops of rain hit his skin. He had finished his revenge. But not his story. Because now, he had to learn how to live.